What's up, guys? I just woke up. I'm really gonna sue this shitty K-pop magazine. Uh, it's gonna be really too easy. Tiffany is retarded, is the best way I can say it. Look, I'm gonna just like make a video of all the pictures Tiffany has given me without me asking, because she is basically in heat because she is old and spent her entire 20s dancing to a bunch of basically lesbians who didn't buy her music. All right? Look, Tiffany badgers me, so I gave her money so she would go the fuck away because I'm literally a millionaire. Remember when I started calling Tiffany a mud shark and all that bullshit just because I could? And I don't give a fuck what you think or what you say because I know I'm not racist. And I was yelling at her for stealing from children. What was her response? Send me booty pics. Oh, he'll just calm down if I send him booty pics. Why? Because, what? Because the guy haven't fucked Asian bitches before? According to Tiffany, they all look the same to me. So, I mean, what does it fucking matter to me, right? Seriously, Tiffany is an alcoholic. All Tiffany does. Look, I would get drunk at a party. Tiffany gets drunk every day. Okay? Tiffany, with her little beauty mark, there drinking wine while she's getting ready to steal from her child because she's broke and spends all her money on stupid bullshit. And she's supposed to be a chaiball baby, and her family doesn't want to deal with her bullshit anymore. Anyways, who cares about Tiffany? Literally nobody. If anyone cared about Tiffany, they would have bought her music. No one cares about Tiffany. They don't. Okay? The people who go to her fan meetings are losers. The people who go to her shows are losers. What they do is they think to themselves, wow, I'm not a loser because I've seen Tiffany Young. And that's not even Tiffany Young, that's Stephanie Mi Young Wang. That's how retarded you are, okay? This isn't about that. Look, those stupid infosec losers are still obsessed with me. They're obsessed with me and they're broke. These are the people who tried to cancel me like years ago, back in 2021, literally because I told them to buy Theta. They were like, we're cloud experts because we do diversity, equity, inclusion. These are the same people who got Vice magazine to not write articles anymore. Because ten years ago, Vice magazine motherboard was doing things about hacking. That meant they had to talk to dudes, right? For some reason, in like 2017, they were like, no, only pink-haired lesbians are allowed to be hackers. Which, I mean, if you could actually hack and no one gives a shit what color your hair is, they can't hack. They were trying to turn hacking into like diversity, equity, inclusion, right? Then some fat bitch who just got her A plus was trying to like slide to my DMs and literally forced me to date her. She got mad because I told her to run. She was like, "How should I work out?" I said, "You should probably run," because she was way fat, and she got mad at me because I told her she should run. Then she tried to make up with her being ugly, with her attitude and her sassiness, and I just blocked her because I wasn't dealing with that bullshit. Then, because I kind of like Blair White's one of my biggest fans. What do you want me to tell you? Because Blair White's one of my biggest fans, a whole bunch of other look again. When I say I would bang Blair White because Blair White is hot, I'm of the opinion that if you don't think Blair White is hot, there's something wrong with you. Okay. Now, I wouldn't marry Blair White. I wouldn't introduce Blair White to the family. But if I had a raging boner and my two choices, and this is exactly why I brought this up. If I had a raging boner and I had two choices, I could fuck the diversity, equity, inclusion fat bitch who's fat positive and diversity, inclusion, equity positive and all that bullshit. So no matter what I do, I'm gonna be wrong with that stupid fat bitch. Or a hot trans who's gonna like cook and clean and take care of all my shit and pump it on my feet. Well, this one's a fat, lazy piece of shit. This one's skinny and attractive and will like actually do things I want. Okay, cool, sure. If you bitches, if you biological females weren't so cunty, you would get fucked more. It's that simple. back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, even in the 80s and 90s, when women wanted to get fucked, they would cook and clean and not be bitchy. Somehow, like since 2017, they're like, I'm gonna gain 60 pounds. I'm gonna dye my hair pink and chartreuse, and then I'm gonna complain and badger you into having sex with me because I'm a strong, independent fat bitch. No, block, right? Then, yeah, some not attractive trans, totally, you could tell it's a man, started trying to like talk to me about tech shit, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll not be judgmental and just talk to you about tech shit because we can be colleagues because we're both in tech. Then she got bitchy and mad because because I said to someone else in a conversation that she was involved in, like in the conversation chain, I said to someone else, don't be bullied into dating fat bitches. And the ugly trans, who you could tell is a dude in a wig, got super pissed off. Then they called in some totally not trans, only trans for the attention white bitch who was like, I'm a guy and I have a daughter, but I'm trans. It's like you're not you have a daughter. You shut the fuck up. Anyways, like you gave birth, physically gave birth. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, those are the people who were like trying to tell me that they literally tried to tell me that API security and change management is not as important in cybersecurity as diversity, equity, inclusion. That shit I was telling you a year or two ago about how now Amazon, I think it's called Amazon Dragon and AWS, which partners with Theta because they need Theta, and I own a lot of Theta and T-Fuel. So Amazon Dragon, they do the NAC control and the API gateway. They do the NAC is the change management verification in the gateway of the API. Now that's standard. Okay, so what I said works is now standard 3 years ago, 2, 3 years ago. Okay, what they said works 2, 3 years ago is not standard, has been thrown out, and everyone's been fired. Okay, that's not even the important part. The important part is they were claiming diversity, equity, inclusion, and they don't even do that. Let me explain that for you, okay? That's further proof that they are full of shit, and they're all white liberals. I have my Invisalign. They're all white liberals, by the way. Okay, so I've done more on using their logic. I'm more of what they are than they are, and I don't even give a fuck. So after that exchange, who remembers what happened? Well, I became a millionaire because like 3 months after that, Theta mooned, and just to prove I'm not controlled by money, and not to anyone, just for myself, I didn't cash out the $1 million. I made it back later. I don't give a shit, right? These people are still broke. They're like living in like severely, like they live in like Chicago and Minneapolis, and they're broke. Like these are the people who are paying $15,000 to get their blue check mark under the old Twitter thing, and now they're mad that anyone can get one for $8. These people are retarded. Okay, anyways, they're all claiming to have pronouns and be all these weird things. They're not. They're really just spoiled white people who have too many luxuries that they're inventing problems. Like you have water that's clean. You have air you can breathe that's not polluted. You have income coming in. You live in America. What are you complaining about? Oh, well, no one's gonna let me tell them what to do enough. Well, why are you trying to tell everyone what to do? Because I'm bored and people need to do what I say or I'll feel bad. You're a loser. Shut the fuck up. That's exactly why Vice got fired. Anyways, so this is the thing though. They're not even really trans. They're not. They don't even go by their own ideologies. Okay, and look, what they're doing is called abuse to other people. They're actually bringing in immigrants and abusing them. So like, I will just bring up Usher. Well, I'll bring up Usher and Blair White. Who saw that Blair White thingamajiggy where Blair White was like, "What if I'm not really trans? What if I've just adapting to trauma from when I was a child. And she goes into all this like crazy shit that's not my place to go into. Okay? Let me put something else by you, okay? And I hate that I'm telling some of her story. I'll let her, if she wants to tell it, she can tell it, okay? Asha is actually Nepali royalty. Like, if the Maoists hadn't murdered the Nepali royal family, she would be, because in Nepal, they really have a third gender. So she would be like in some kind of like a priest class, chanting all day and like doing meditations in a temple somewhere. That's like their culture, right? It's kind of like in Nepal, if you're a dog, you get treated like super awesome and they like give you festivals. And Nepal's like a small country right next to China, which is like this big country. But if you're born in China and you're a dog, they like cook you alive and all that shit. It's just, it's the way it is. I don't know how to say it right. Anyways, so when she was 7, the Nepalese government got overthrown by the Maoists and all. And I'm not going to all that bullshit. So she has essentially spent the next 12 to 14 years in boarding schools in India, and then came to America and went to public school. And in my opinion, public school in America was worse to her than boarding school in India, because the teachers with humpbacks and all these weird diseases started telling this person from Nepal that they should get these hormone replacements, they should cut things off their body, they should carve bones off their face, they're the wrong gender, everything's wrong with them. It was crazy, like head full of poison, right? On all kinds of Klonopin, all kinds of brain dissociative pills, right? Anyways, I meet this bitch, and I get this bitch off of all that stuff. Okay, to be quite honest, it's almost like, look, I'm a bit of a horn dog. Like, if I have a boner, I want to fuck, right? But it's kind of like, I hate to say it, I was like, you need to calm down because like, there's more to life than just sex. It's like, what have they been doing to you your whole life that's all you think life is, right? And that's hard. I don't want to go into that. Then I found out that she was coding in Java in India, and when she came to America, everyone told her not to do that and to like do fashion bullshit instead, so they could basically use her more, right? In India, they were like, if you learn computers, you can get any job you want to. In America, they were like, no, you need to put on a wig and change your hormones so people can abuse you. Okay? Then she would tell me, and I've seen this, people, like she would work in fashion stuff, people, always an old white person with a young, normally Spanish, sometimes Asian girl. It's like the thing, these old liberals who are involved in human trafficking, because all the websites are being shut down. Now they are going to places to salespeople, because salespeople are known for not having that good of a job, and approaching them with cash and taking them out to bars and getting them drunk and trying to get them on planes to fly out to like California or Chicago so they can start human trafficking them. All of this is possible because of diversity, equity, inclusion. If you were really diversity, equity, inclusion, you would just say you should study something, save something, and spend time with your family and do the shit you want to do. It's never that way. To this, or the last time I talked to her, she still has a teacher from high school in New Jersey who is stalking her, and she's been out of high school for years. And guess what? Guess what? Guess what? What if, what if she's not any of those things either? What if she's just a young child who got basically tortured and is doing what everyone thinks they should do to survive? And what if I was the first person to say, you don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is take a nap, smoke a bowl, and read a book. And then if you get a good job, you can go take that and move back out. If you ask me, that's really diversity, equity, inclusion. Not you have to dye your hair blonde and or purple and you have to do things my way, otherwise we're gonna cancel you. I literally don't give a shit. I literally don't give a shit. You all are broke pieces of shit, and you are working on the tech that I own a bunch of and told you all to buy a bunch of when it was fucking cents. Theta Theta was 4 cents. Theta was 50 cents. Data was $16. It went back down to 80 cents. You just still didn't buy any. And all the jobs you have are in the companies that use my tech. You're retarded. Tiffany's retarded. This is why Tiffany didn't put out any music, because Tiffany thought to herself, oh, I'll steal some money and they'll do whatever, and then he'll do whatever I say. No, she stole some money. I called her a thief. I got Interpol involved, and she's only not in jail because I feel like being magnanimous. It's only $100,000. No one gives a shit about these people. They don't.